Alright guys, you are welcome to this video tutorial again. This is Iniski Designs and you are welcome to this text effect tutorial. If you are new to this channel, you know what to do. Kindly hit the subscribe button, as from now on I'll be dropping more of text effect tutorial and you don't want to miss them. You really don't want to miss them, okay? So do well to smash the subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bell so that YouTube can notify you whenever I drop new text effect tutorial, okay? And also smash the like button, okay? So in this tutorial I will just be showing you how to create this simple 4-layer text effects in few minutes, and without further ado, let's go right into the video. Alright, so once again you are welcome to this tutorial, and like I said, it's going to be a 4-layer text effect tutorial, so it's going to be a very easy tutorial, okay? It's going to be a very easy text effect, a text effect that you can always create on your own, but do well to follow this tutorial carefully. Don't skip any part of this tutorial so that you don't miss any important part, because this is a text effect tutorial and you need to really pay attention to detail if you must be able to get it correctly. You need to pay attention to every single little detail, okay? To make it easy for you, I'm not going to be using text color codes, okay? I'm not going to be using color codes in these tutorials. I'm going to be creating the color palette so that it's going to be easy for you to pick the colors and use the colors when you are creating yours. For example, now look at this. This is an example. Yeah, this is an example of this. Look at this. This is an example of color palette, and for this particular one is going to be available for you too. So just check the description box below. You are going to see the link to where you can get this color palette and every other color palette that I'm going to be dropping as we continue in this text effect series, okay? So do well to follow through and also pay attention. The color palette is going to be available for you so that you can practice on your own, and just pay attention and see I'm going to use them in this tutorial. First of all, let me clear this whole thing. Let me just clear the whole thing and start from scratch so that you can easily follow through. Okay, yes, so I've cleared it already. Now the first thing I'm going to do now is to change my size, okay? For the sake of this tutorial, I'm using the YouTube thumbnail size, okay? Since I'm going to be dropping this, since you are watching this on YouTube right now, and that is why I am using this size. So but then you can always do yours anyhow. So just click on image size. If you want to do it exactly like where I'm doing mine, just click on image size, then click on YouTube thumbnail or YouTube channel banner, but then let me just use the YouTube thumbnail. Okay, now look at it. For those of you that may want to type it, that is 1280 width and 720 height, okay? And the first thing I'm going to work on is my background, okay? Now if you look at that particular text effect clearly, you realize that the background is not just a plain background. I actually did some things to the background, and I did everything in Pixellab without any external image. So what I just did is, the first thing you are going to do first of all is to work on the, okay, first of all let me bring in my color palette. So let me import my color palette, okay? And like I said, the color palette is going to be available for you in the description box below. Alright, so this is our color palette. This is the color palette we are going to be using in this tutorial, okay? So first of all, I'm going to change my background color and I'm going to work on my background. So click on this. Please pay careful attention. Click on this particular interface. Yeah, click on this, then click on color, then tap on plus, okay? I already have some of the color palette I'm going to be using here, but then for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be creating them from scratch so that you are going to see how I'm going to do them, and so that is going to be very easy for you. So I'll click on plus, then tap on this. this is what I'm going to be using to pick my colors. I call it color picker. That is what you are going to use to pick colors from the color palette that is available for you. So click on this color picker, then tap on this, look at this, tap on this, and this is our background color. So just tap on it and click on plus. Okay, now this is our background. Now mark it, and I'm going to do some editing on the background. If you look at that text effect carefully, you realize that the background is not a normal, it's not just a plain colored background. Okay, so I actually edited it. Now to do that, just come here, look at this particular function, click on it, then click on noise. Now enable the noise function, reduce the alpha to 30, that is the lowest, reduce it to 30, then increase the enhance it to 11. Okay, so 11 is a great number. Then go to stripe, look at stripes, click on stripes, then enable the stripes. Okay, reduce the alpha to 8. Okay, reduce it to 8. Yes, 8. Then reduce the repeat to 3, just 3. Okay, yeah, just 3, and this is great. Then mark it. All right, so our background is ready now. Now for the test effect, let's just go right straight into the test. Now click on test, click on this, look at this this is for the test function. Just click on the text, then move this to the center and increase the size. Okay, increase the size. You can increase the size to 337. Yeah, if you want to achieve exactly what I achieved in my own, I actually use my text size was actually 337, but then it may not be the same for you since I'm working in landscape. I'm recording the video in landscape mode, and I'm working on this test effect on landscape mode. So sometimes these things are actually different, like landscape and landscape and portrait. Okay, so yeah, let's just change our text first. The text I work with is actually great, then an exclamation mark. I'm really sorry about the background noise. Great and an exclamation mark. Okay, this is it. Then okay, so this is our test, great. Yeah, I actually want to work with 337. Yeah, 337, so that I can get, so that you can get something perfect to this, something perfect or close to perfect. Okay, so this is our test grade. Then go to fonts. Yeah, the name of the font I use will be in the comment section. The name is actually Lobster. Yes, look at this, is the font. Look at this. Yeah, look at Lobster. Just tap on it. Okay. All right, Lobster. Yeah, the font is also going to be available in the link. Okay, just check the description box. You are going to see a link that is going to direct you to where you can also get the font for free. Okay, same with the color palette, like I said earlier. Now I'm just going to increase. Now you realize that looking at this, you discover that some part of this eye appears to cut away. Now that is very simple. To solve that, just come to paddling, click on paddling, look at paddling. Yes, tap on paddling and increase the right paddling. You see that? Yeah, let me just leave it at 20. 20 is a great number. Then I also want to increase the left paddling. Okay, yeah, I just feel like increasing that too. All right, so this is what we've got here. Now I'm going to position this to the center. I'm going to position this text to the center. Now, like I said, the design is actually a 4-layer text effect. Okay, actually a 3-layer text effect. The last layer is it's shadow, which I can easily create from the 3rd layer. So let me just say it's actually a 3rd layer text effect. But follow me carefully. It's very simple, actually, very simple, and you are definitely going to get it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do now is to okay, I focus on my text size, and so I'm going to change the color. Yeah, the color code, the color I'm going to be using is this particular color. Just pick this color. Yeah, this color. Look at this color. Pick it. Okay, this is the color I'm going to be using frequently. I'm going to be using this color frequently in this tutorial. So look at the color code in case you don't get it, but then since you have the color palette, the color shouldn't actually be difficult for you to get. Okay, you don't need to deal with the color code. So far you have the color palette, just pick the color from the color palette and it's going to be very easy for you. Okay, so I've changed the color. Then the next thing I'm going to work on is the stroke. Okay, just mark it, then go to the stroke. Yeah, click on stroke, enable stroke, and enable the stroke. Increase the stroke width to 16. Okay, my stroke width, I will leave it at 16. Okay, you can just explore around yours if you're working in portrait, but then you can also try 16 out. Yeah, you can also try 16 out. Okay, now my stroke color is also going to be the same thing with this my text color. Okay, my stroke color is going to be the same thing with my text color, and this is it. Okay, please follow me carefully. So mark it. Now the next thing I'm going to work on is shadow. Just click on shadow, enable the shadow. So like I said, it's going to be a 3-layer text effect since I'm going to be enabling my shadow here. So for the shadow, just go to black. I'm going to be working with a black shadow. It's already in black. Then I'm going to move this down here, the offset Y. Yeah, the offset Y is actually 14. Yeah, let's leave it at 14. Then the offset X as 13. Okay, let's leave the offset X at 13. Okay, 13. Then reduce the blur radius to 0. Okay, reduce the blur radius to 0 and reduce the opacity of the shadow to 16. Okay, yeah, reduce it to 16. All right, now mark it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to go to 3D. Please follow me carefully. The next thing I'm going to go to now is 3D text. Look at 3D text, then enable the text. Now when you are working on the text, sometimes it may appear broken when you are working with the 3D function. I actually have a tutorial on that, on how to solve that in my on my YouTube channel. You can just check through my videos, but then for the sake of this tutorial, the simple way to solve it is just to scroll down, then come to stimulate lightning. Look at stimulate lightning and disable that function, and then your text is going to be back to normal. Just disable that function. All right, so after doing that, then scroll up, reduce the depth to 5. I'm going to be working with just the depth of 5. Then my depth color, just leave it at auto, then reduce or increase the darken to 34. Okay, yeah, increase the darken to 34. Now the reason why I'm not seeing it clearly is because it's in perspective. Okay, so I want to change it to oblique now. Just change it, just tap on oblique. You can see the difference now. Look at the difference. Okay, all right, so most time when working with text effect, well, depending on the kind of text effect you are working with, but most times, especially the text effect tutorials that I'm going to be dropping even after this, like series of text effect tutorials, I'll be working more with oblique. There are times where we may work with perspective, but then I'll be working more with oblique so that the 3D effect can be very obvious. So I'm going to click on oblique, then scroll down, and you are going to see a particular function. Look at it, oblique angle. Okay, just move it to 318 degree. Okay, 318 degree. Yeah, this is the degree I'll be working with. So you see now that our text effect is beginning to take shape. All right, so this is getting more interesting. Now mark it, and this is what we've got. Now we are done with this layer for now. Okay, if there's need, then we will still go back to it. Now just copy this text. Okay, copy this text and remove the shadow, remove everything, disable the shadow, disable the 3D text function, just disable it, and then go to stroke. Okay, go to stroke. Actually, we'll be working with this same color. Okay, this is the same color we'll be working with for this particular text, and so go to stroke. The stroke is also going to be the same color. Where is it? Just go to stroke. It's going to be the same color, but then reduce the stroke width to 10. All right, reduce the stroke width to 10. Yeah, this is going to be 10. Then place it on this text. Okay, place it on this other one. Now you are not seeing it is the reason you are not seeing it is because the color of this particular text and the color of this other one is the same color. So now what you are going to do next is just to click on this, and change, go to shadow, click on shadow, enable the shadow function. Okay, yeah, I've worked on it before, but then just ignore that, and then change the shadow color to white. The color of our shadow here is white. Okay, please pay careful attention. The color of our shadow here is white, and the opacity, reduce the opacity to 65. But then before you reduce the opacity, the first thing I would like you to work on is to reduce the offset x. Okay, reduce the offset x to 2. Reduce the offset x to 2 and leave the offset y at 0. Reduce the offset x to 2 and leave the offset y at 0. Okay, yeah, just take out the time and leave it at 0. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now we have 2 and we have 0. Then reduce the opacity. Don't tamper with the outer glow function, just reduce the opacity to 65. Yeah, then mark it. Okay, then move this here, bring it on it. Okay, yes, so our text effect is beginning to take shape. So just take out your time and be careful. Okay, now the next thing you are going to do now is to copy this text. Okay, this particular text, yeah, this particular text, copy it, then reduce the size to 332. Reduce the size to 332. Okay, I use 332. Yes, this is it. Now change the color to white. Click on color and change the color to white, just white, pure white. Okay, this white, look at it. Change the color to white and change the stroke color. Go to stroke, and reduce the stroke width to 4. Reduce the stroke width to 4. Then change the stroke color to white too. Look at it. Change the stroke color to white. Move this here. Look at it. Position this on it. Go to relative position. Look at it. Position it and position this. Then move this down a bit. Move this down a bit. Move this to the left a bit. All right, so what the next thing you're going to do is just tap on this. Okay, tap on it and then go to shadow. Okay, go to shadow. Yeah, come to shadow. Where's shadow? Yeah, look at this is shadow. Yeah, we're going to be working with the shadow function. Just enable the shadow. Now click on plus and pick this particular color as our shadow. Look at this particular color. Look at it, please pay attention. This particular color, mark it. The color code is A13347. okay, then click on OK. Okay, click on OK. Now still working on the shadow, reduce the opacity to 76. Reduce the opacity to 76. Then reduce the blur radius to 0 and then increase the offset x to 6 and the offset y to 5. The offset x to 6 and the offset y to 5. Okay, yes, the mark it. All right, so after doing that, the next thing I'm going to work on, still working on this particular test, is the inner shadow. Just go to inner shadow, click on inner shadow, then enable the inner shadow. So this is what your inner shadow will give you by default, but then we are not working with this. Click on plus, then click on your color picker and pick this particular color. Look at this particular color. Look at this. Just tap on this particular color, mark it. This particular color that appears milky. Don't adjust anything here. Just click on OK. Okay, then the next thing we are going to work on, still working on this color, our blur radius is 2. Leave the blur radius at 2. Okay, then our offset s is going to be -7. Yeah, our offset s is going to be -7, while our offset y is going to be -4. Okay, -4. All right, this is it. -4, -7 and -4. Then mark it. Yeah, mark it. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing now. The next thing is just to adjust and place them correctly. Ensure that you place your text correctly. Okay, all right, so I'm adjusting it now. Move it up. Yeah, move it up a bit. Okay, move this up a bit. Alright, so the next thing is just to adjust it and ensure that your tests are rightly placed on each other. Okay, ensure that your tests are rightly placed on each other. Okay, yeah, ensure that they are rightly placed on each other. So I think I need to can this. Okay, adjust your test and ensure that they are rightly placed on each other. Okay, all right, so this is our test effect. So I'm going to just move everything. Yeah, I'm going to move everything. Then all right, so this is our color palette. Let me just undo it. Okay, my color palette is down. Just I want to bring it to front. Okay, all right, so this is our test effects. Let me hide it. So this is our test effect, a very amazing test effect. So you can use this on any of your design and it's going to really come out well. Okay, very well. So you can just ensure that you place your tests correctly on each other, adjust it and ensure that they are correctly. I feel like this is not still well placed. Okay, so yeah, it's better now. Okay, so just take out your time to adjust it and ensure that they are rightly placed on each other. Thank you for staying with me to this point. I believe you've learned so much from this test effect tutorial. Please do well to share this tutorial. Please do well to share this tutorial to your friend. Ensure that someone else learn this and learn how to create this amazing test effect. And also do well to use this on any of your test effects. Try this out. You can also try out different colors. Okay, you can try out different color palettes and just explore around this particular test effect. Thank you for staying with me to this point once again. I'm going to see you in the next test effect tutorial that is going to be dropping soon. Okay, do well to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also turn on your notification bell so that YouTube can notify you the next time I drop the test effect tutorial, an amazing test effect, and I can't even wait for it. Okay, thank you once again for staying with me to this point. I'm going to see you in the next one.